Welcome to Kyber Lab, episode 28, where we are looking at how to maximize your banners, avoid mistakes, and remove that deadly RNG. In this particular fight, episode 28, we're using a Geo Brute Alpha team with Spy and Soldier versus a fairly common Darth Maul, not the new Maul, but Darth Maul with Darth Sidious and Sith Marauder. A good banner stripping team, more than actually a difficult team to beat. But it's not too difficult to get 53 or 54 banners, especially with Geo Brute Alpha. So, gear check, be like 2/3 of the gear level of the Darth Maul team. A stronger Brute is very helpful. Tenacity in all your Geonosians is helpful, but not something to strive for. Usually takes away from other important stats. So, faster, GBA is good. Mod check, you want to have 100% crit chance on Spy. Again, higher is better, but at the minimum you should target 100. And this means sometimes you just do 3 sets of crit chance without going for crit damage or offense, because the crit chance you'll see is more important than almost anything else to maximize your damage. Speed, like I said, GBA, the faster the better. So you stack basics with Spy and execute one of them at a time. That's basically how you fight. However, I think many people don't understand how the basics with Geonosian Spy stack. So every time Geonosian Spy makes a critical hit, gains stealth for 3 turns, for 3 of their turns. These stealths stack, so when you do Spy's execute move, you could have however many times you applied stealth in the past 3 turns, 5 times, 10 times, 50 times, you will dispel all of those buffs and multiply them for damage, as well as the buffs and debuffs on your opponent. So this is why you want to crit, because you only apply this stealth, this 3 turns of stacking stealth, when the Spy critically hits. So that's very, very important for maximizing Spy's damage and doing it more quickly. The RNG impact here is basically nothing. If the Brute is dazed or killed, perhaps, if it's a weak one, and Darth Maul, the Sith Marauder, uses their special on Soldier. Soldier tends to be a lot weaker than GBA, and kills Soldier, you slow down your ramping dramatically with Spy. So that's the only risk, but it's a small one. Let's see how the fight goes. So, Spy, well, you can't see Spy because of Xerath's anti-sniping box that he forgot to remove. In this case, you could use Geonosian Brute's middle ability, which will potentially expose and give Spy turn meter. Spy gets turn meter 35% whenever somebody gets exposed on an ally's turn. But because Spy is almost about to go anyway, not really important, so probably just a basic. And remember, any enemy you can attack and Spy assists, and Spy does a critical hit, you're giving Spy more damage with their silent strike move. So, perfect. Okay, now you have days, so you're waiting for GBA's turn to come around again. Here, yep, just basic. So you could go for an execute, a silent strike, but Spy's assisted once or twice? Very, very little damage, not worth wasting it. And this, even with expose, because Spy has days, you're not getting any turn meter, so there's no reason to expose here. It's a wasted move. You should have just done a basic to do one more stack of stealth, which equates to damage. Okay, here, the cleanse, perfect. This is very important, targeting a character that's more likely to be critical hit for Spy to build more stacks of stealth. Marauder gains all the defensive bonuses when there's buffs on the field everywhere, so only target Marauder at the end or when you want to execute him. This is perfect. Or when you have no choice, really. Okay, the most common misplay that a lot of people do, when you're calling Spy to assist, Spy will assist once and potentially crit somebody. However, if you do a basic instead, Geonosian Soldier's basic applies tenacity down. Spy gains turn meter whenever a Geonosian ally inflicts a debuff. Tenacity down is a guaranteed debuff, hence a guaranteed turn meter boost for Spy, and Spy will still assist. So unless you're trying to finish some character off and you really need to do it right then with Soldier, never call assist, only use basic with Soldier. It's not a good call. Like you gain very, very, very minimal things. It's better to give more turn meter to Spy. In this case, no choice. I would have built up for another 1 or 2 turns. Remember, Spy has 3 turns to stack stealth, so it's usually better to save the silent strike, unless it's on some weak character, until as close to the 3rd turn as possible. So, yeah, just slowly working them down. Unfortunately, you can see there, Brute's almost dead. It's usually a good idea to do the special move from, okay, so now Brute is not taunting, and here's where you have a problem. This is where the RNG can get into, mess you up a little bit. It's usually better to do this special from Brute when everybody is not dazed, because you have 2 sets of attacks going, so more basics for Spy. Perfect timing, heal up. I don't know if I'd go after Marauder. See, right now, if Silent Strike was available, you could kill Darth Sidious and save yourself some banners. So that's one reason why you have to carefully pay attention to when Silent Strike is being used. And the fact that you know you have 3 turns to build it up. Here, you can give Spy some turn meter. Why not? Silent Strike's coming up next. Again, perfect. Do the special. Yep, we can go. There's no reason really not to do the special there. You get 2 sets of attacks and another chance that Sidious could have died. In this case, Expose is not bad. You might kill them with an AoE if GBA has an AoE coming up. I don't think the Execute's going to work. You only have 2 turns of stacks, I believe. Let's see what happens anyway. It worked. Very nice. So 2 turns make a big difference compared to 1 turn. So it would be nice here if Sidious was dead, because then Sidious is not going to AoE, or Maul is going to AoE. That's essentially the way that this fight usually plays out. No reason to call Spy for an assist. The way this fight usually plays out is you kill the sides first, and you save Marauder, which is a lot tankier at the end. Marauder has no AoE until the very end, so Brute's going to be down a little bit, so you'll probably get like 53 banners, but you should definitely not get 51. You have a lot of ways to avoid the AoEs and kill the sides first. Don't even attack them until the end. So, know how Spy stacks, save your Execute until you have a lot of stacks, and I hope that helped. Cheers.